One, you can change all the settings. But that skybox contributes to the lighting. Okay, you can open here a little object. Okay, and what we see is here a lion. Why a lion? I'm originally from Belgium. The symbol of Belgium is a lion. But there's no lions in Belgium, so I still don't know why we have a symbol. Okay, so this object that I have here is with the diffuse material that we know in 4.6. Okay, you don't feel it's integrated, and it does look integrated in this environment. This environment that I have here is now changed. Look here, edit, and we have scene render settings. Click. What I see here is my skybox, and I have this skybox in the reflection. What's really interesting is that this actually creates the light in my scene. I can actually here say also create an extra light that specific creates this. Okay? You see already the nice difference already what happens right away. Okay. Oh, but let's go a little bit deeper in this. This is my regular diffuse material. Okay? And now we call it legacy because it's scrap. Okay. I remove it and we have this. We go back to you can already see the nuances in the lights here. Look here, and then at the back, the lighting becomes way better already. Because this is using the physical based material. It looks really how the light bounces off on it and responds to it. And this skybox is lighting everything. So it's all the indirect lighting, automatically the bouncing is all there. And that's all real time done. The global illumination, and thanks to the physical based materials, we respond to that. But let's look at a little bit at that. That material, when I open this, okay, what we see is totally artist friendly. Who's used 3ds Max, Fire, Softimized, raise your hand? Only 3 people who do art here? Okay, who's a programmer? Who's an artist? Okay, it's 50-50, awesome. So you should recognize this, the diffuse material, the specular, the normal maps, the occlusion. So really friendly to do. And we also have a secondary map now. What's the cool thing is about that, at compile time, for graphics programmers, shader programmers, you will know, at compile time it will automatically take out everything that's not been used. So your shaders are really more performance. Woo! Okay. So we have this now. We can easily drag and scale and drag and drop everything. When we see that, there's a big difference. But look, let's see how that real-time responds to everything. Let's look at the specular, for instance. Let's bring in the specular. Nice real time. Okay. Now we can say, let's do the smooth a little bit there. Wow. Okay. Now the normal map, we have a slider. Look here. I can nicely bring out the normals. All real time. Maybe the smooth a little bit more. Nice. What we can also do is occlusion. Real time. And nicely, we bring out the occlusion here. All the darker areas. So you can also do emissive materials now. So remember, this is a physical-based material, works real-time, also works easily on mobile in this case. Okay, it's mobile-friendly, but also physical-based lighting. So look, if I'm going to play here now, you're going to nicely see, you're going to feel this object is totally integrated in the environment, thanks to the correct responding of the physical-based material of the light. And we can do a full round, but when we are here, I always say, okay. So I definitely will see the face here nicely with the occlusion culling. That's just a model I download from the internet and drag and drop the material in it. So super simple to work with the physical-based materials, the lighting. Okay. Well, let's look a little bit more on this, and I'm going to open some other scenes. Pretty cool here, right? Okay. So let's go to the other one. I'm going to open here the doll demo. Okay. This is the same setup, the character. Okay. So I have my doll here. Okay. And let's play here. So what we see is we see the environment here, the 2 characters and other character here. Look, and I'm going to change the environment. And you see right away how the material responds to it. So I'm doing here different skyboxes. Pretty cool, eh?
Yeah. Great.
No?
Yes.
So you look here, click, click. I don't like that angle, give me something here. Like, see nicely the integration. I love this. Okay. So what we see is here in this scene is basically, I have different skyboxes, and I just subcircle between them, and that's how the lighting works on the material. And there's all different materials. You can use this, we're going to put them up on our asset store. So here you can see, it's super simple. What we're going to do, we're going to make a little library of all different materials and put it up also, but that will be later. We really talked to algorithmical, for instance. They totally integrated this already with our tools. So there will be a lot of materials on the library available to buy or for free to really make stunning materials. You can open another little project. Okay, this one. Let's talk a little bit more about the indirect lighting. Okay. Well, I'm going to make it from scratch. And I explain it here. So we're going to create here a plane. Okay, and I'm going to get here my prefab, a little small house. Okay, okay. And we're going to take that plane and we're going to scale this. Okay, so what we see in this scene, oh look here, what happens here in the bottom? You see that here at the bottom? It's already done. So there was a calculation going on to bake the light information. And this is a floating house I have. Okay, and I remove that. No. This is my camera. I have to learn to select objects. Okay. So I put my object on the ground, and I'm going to say this object is also static, it's standing still. So now you see here in the bottom, and lighting is calculating everything. What's going to happen, I'm going to calculate the direct shadows, to bake it, and also the indirect lighting. But then you can change everything the moment it's baked. You can change everything at runtime. Okay. Let me show you here quickly in our PowerPoint presentation. This is baked one time, but now you can see all the different mood settings, and you can animate it, you can switch between them, are all done real time. All available for mobile. So global illumination, totally available for real time. So look here, everything is now baked. But look what we can do now. I can select the light here, and maybe change the intensity. All works real time. No calculation going on. Look now, I'm gonna say to the light here with the bouncing of the light. See? Do you see it? I don't know if you see it. Yeah. So you see the bouncing of the light. If I bring it the bouncing, it bounces hit the ground here and then bounces off. Okay? In normal life, it's more like 1 or 2 that we're gonna use. Okay? And I can show how immense the fast this is. Look, you're gonna create here in the material. Red, for instance. I have it already here. Yeah. I drag it over that red material here. See the differences right away on the bouncing of that area here? Look, see? Not red. Do you see the difference of the projector? Or is it too dark? Okay, wait a second then. It's hard to see here, right? But you can see that lights up a little bit. The projector is quite dark. Okay. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna adjust a little bit. Okay, now you can see that the light bounces there on that area insane. Okay, you're going to put it back to 1. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to say that, as I said, the skybox is lighting this also. The skybox hits it and bounces all over. Look, you're going to take another skybox here. And I should somewhere have a skybox. Okay, I should... find it, make it skybox. Yeah. So you're going to take the skybox and just drag it in. And you see right away how everything changes. Okay. There. It's hard to see in the projector. So the skybox brings it in and starts to change it automatically. Okay. Now that skybox, I can rotate it. Look here. I'm going to go here and rotate that skybox. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say that light that I have on my scene, I'm going to delete it for the moment. Okay. So now you see that's a contribution of the skybox nicely to that. If I go to the skybox, look, I'm going to go to my skybox and rotate this now. Okay, but I can go to edit here in my scene render settings and say generate a light that matches my skybox. That skybox, we're going to add some shadow to it. Okay. And if I'm going to now rotate my skybox, automatically will respond to that. Go to skybox, and the rotation. You see the shadow. Look here. We have the shadow here. Okay, we're going to rotate a little bit. See, and I have my shadow. I'm going to say put it here maybe. You have the shadow there? No. So nicely, the shadow. It's hard to see here on the projector, but the shadow follows with the skybox, and this is all real time. So once you put it in, it starts to bake, and we call it auto baking. You can keep working in Unity, and you don't have to bake. So that's the power of a lighting. But we can also create materials who are emissive. If I select here this, I can say this material should be emissive, should be actually more like acting like a light. Okay. Now let me show you a nice example. I don't have the scene with me of the result of this. And I'm going to go to here. And I'm going to go to this movie file. Okay. Oh, sorry, I need to learn to select. So this is running on a mobile device, real time. So what we see is here, those objects create emissive material. They contribute to the global illumination, the indirect lighting, and the direct lighting. Okay. We have somewhere an opening here, but we have an opening here, and that's the direct light comes, so the shadow baked. In this case, they were put to bake because real-time shadows are really costly on draw call. Okay, but those objects here you see are all animated. So the animated material, the image, contributes to the global illumination. It's all real-time, running on a mobile device. So pretty cool, huh?
Yeah. Great.
I love it. Okay. So I have the APK file, and you can actually run it on a mobile device like that. It's pretty impressive. So what we also have here is reflection probes. It's something new. Okay. So let's continue here. Our PowerPoint. Okay. So the cool thing is already what we've seen is people using those physical-based materials and enlightened, and we see already the results here. Nice architecture visualizations done by our users in Unity 5 beta. Another thing that we worked on is WebGL. So this allows you to play your games in a browser without any plugin, totally natively in a browser. And let me show you an example here. Okay, so here in Unity 5, the only thing you have to do is File, Build Settings, and you go here and you scroll and you go to WebGL. That's it. Okay, and click. Okay. So let's see an example. I never believe until I see it myself. Okay, and I'm gonna go to here. No, you're gonna have one problem with me. I play games, so I always have difficulty stop playing games. So what I'm doing here is one of our famous games, the Trigger, and I'm gonna play it here right in our browser, and there was no plugin needed. So this is running natively in the browser without any plugins, and I can play a little game here. Yeah, I get one here. So you see, this is the quality you get on a web game now with any plugin. Okay. But if you in this game, you can always use chickens. See? Put some chickens, and I can lay back and get some money. Okay, like that. Pick up some money. Okay, so that was a quick example here. Okay, let's get me some money here. Okay. You got it, yeah. And I'm going to close this now. Okay, back to my PowerPoint here. We also did a lot of improvements for 2D. Who's making 2D games? Raise your hands. Who makes 3D games? Raise your hands. Okay. Who plays games instead? Okay, good. So we did a lot of improvement on the physics for the 2D. We used Box 2D. I'm not going to show them all, but I can show you quick a few little things that we added that I find is really cool. I'm going to go here to my 2D effects. Okay. And open. Okay. So one of those is this one. But let's look at this one. No, yeah, this one is very important for me. Okay. Let's throw some money in the air. Okay, so we're throwing money in the air. Okay, but what we noticed is that the money goes through this platform, but when it falls down, it hits it. Currently in Unity 4.6, what you have to do is you have to say basically deactivate the collider. When it goes back down, you have to activate the collider again. So what we did was one-way colliders. So you're going to select here an object, like this object, and now we can see here is a one-way collider. So you can define in which direction it's closed or open. Now one thing I want to point you out that I didn't know, normally when you do colliders, you can hold on shift to adjust this. Are you aware of that? Yeah. But no, you press shift and it doesn't work anymore. So I'm sitting there like, come on, is my computer broken or the programs are stupid? Okay? So now there's a button here, now make, create, edit, and collider mode. So you can go and edit, and then you work with there directly. You don't have to press shift anymore, and you don't select by anything else by accident. So that's fixed. Pretty cool. Okay. Another one is like here, a magnet, and we have a little bit of money, and when you do this, the money goes away, and when I do it, it's just the opposite. Okay. So how is that done? It's really super simple. You select the object, and the only thing you have to add is a point effector. That's it. Super simple. Then another one here. This one, area effector. Like I want that the flow of one object here goes that direction, then that direction, then that direction, then that direction, and that direction. And how is that done? Super simple. You select the object, and you say, add an area effector to D, and in which direction? 0, super simple. Okay. Happy? Yeah. Everybody awake? Yeah. So, another thing that we've done allows you to make drunk faces. Okay. That guy looks like, oh, too much Mendoza wine. So I don't have the demo scene currently, it's broken at the moment, but I can actually explain them. Raise your hand, who has already used the mechanism or here the entries to make animations? Okay, it's pretty awesome. So, look, you normally go from this state to this state, and you blend between those. Now we can go from this state to this state in one shot. We call it direct blend trees. That allows you to really do, in this case, face animations, because look, I'm going to take the smile, open mount, I can from smiling to the open mount. But now I can take a little percentage of that state, of that blend shape, of that animation. And this allows you to do very fast face animations in Unity. You can create face animations in Maya, 3ds Max, bring it into Unity, and play it from there. Or Modo, basically. So that all works now. So it's pretty easy. The demo scene will be available in the App Store too. But also if you work, do a lot of mechanism stuff, and more complex stuff, you want to start to pack everything up. And this is like, you pack it up here in little packages, and then you have an entry node and an exit node. That's new. So you have all the state of all the different animations, like walking, and then all different walks, all different fallings, all different jumps. But you don't want to make all the connections from every walk to every jump to every fall, or every kick. You would have millions of lines there. So what I do here, I put an entry node and an exit node. It goes in here, it picks one of those animations, and then an exit node. And the exit node goes to another state, but nicely blends between that animation and that other animation. You don't have to create all the lines anymore. So it allows you to really do more compact. And also have more control over it, to have a clean overview. But also what you can do is add a script directly to this. Like imagine now you make a shooting game. Or, yeah, you make a shooting game. And you put a script on, if I play that animation, go to that object, and then perform that animation. What can I do now? I can drag and drop on my shoot animation, automatically shoot the bullet. Just instantiate that bullet when I'm in that animation. So now I don't have to check if I play that animation. So what happens is you're going to have smaller scripts, really digestible drag and drop. It allows for the artist also to do this now. Another thing is that we integrated was a full new audio system. Our audio system was not the greatest one, so that's why we throw it out and we create a whole new audio system with an audio mixer. Who's an audio designer here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 people, 5. Okay, I'm going to do a quick little demo so you understand, but also for people who have never done audio, and they can start to understand what all the differences are and how powerful it is now. I don't have a demo scene, so I'm going to make something super simple here and do a new scene. And I'm going to say create project. Okay. Okay, come on, baby. Okay, so we have Unity open here, window 2x3. Okay. And what I'm going to do, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to import some audio files. Okay, and I should have somewhere an audio file here. I need to clean up my desktop. Okay. Okay, and I have here audio files. So I'm going to take those other files, I'm going to drag and drop all in Unity. Okay, they're importing now. So one of the was you can now multi-select your audio files and do the changes. Right? For people who have done audio files, you have to do one by one and go ballistic nuts. Okay, but I'm going to drag and drop here, like maybe this. I have that ambient sound here. Can you play here? Okay, I'm going to take this and plug it in. Is that okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have an audio file here. This one like the rain. And I have another one here like happy. Okay? And this is more like sadness. Okay? So I'm going to drag and drop that both in my scene. Okay? What happens in Unity, this audio file, okay, will go play and go directly to the audio listener. The audio listener is on my camera. And my camera has here an audio listener, so it listens to that audio file. Okay? That's it. So it streams directly. That's in 4.6. So in 4.5 you can totally different now. You can reroute that sound file first to a mixer and do all different things on this. What we're going to do, we're going to create a mixer. We're going to create here an animation mixer. Create an animation mixer. Okay. Click on that. You're going to dock it in here. Paste the docket here for the moment. Okay. So I have the audio mixer. And then I can say, look, I'm going to make here the audio mixer. I'm going to make new groups. I'm going to make 2. Okay. Is that here? And I'm going to call this one happy and this one sad. Okay. So look here, happy. I'm going to say that my audio file, like I have here the background, and background audio is, yeah, is the happy one. I'm going to say the output, you're going to go actually to here, to happy. So the audio file will go to this slider. Okay? Then, this master object, all the audio files together will go then to the camera to listen, to the audio listener. Make sense? Okay. Sad, I'm going to say here, like the rain, the sad, we're going to drag and drop in there. Okay. Now, I'm going to press play. I want to adjust this in play mode. And you can do that. Look at this. Edit in play mode. You can do your changes, and guess what? They saved. They're not changed. Okay. So, look, I can play in this one, I can do this, and I can work with that. Okay. But this allows you now to really fast put all your audio files in there, also your audio effects, shooting, everything in that. But look what we can do, and this is really cool, is audio snapshots. So, imagine now in my game, when I press play, okay, I want to have a state where my character is really happy, okay, and it's not sad. But sometimes he becomes sad. I want to change the mood in my game. How can I do that? Look, I'm going to create snapshots. Snapshot, sad. I'm going to create a snapshot, happy. Here in sad, I'm going to do this. I'm going to like the depressing rain, okay? And when it's happy, automatically goes to this. So you see, I have those snapshots. Okay, oh, and the reason why I stopped is because my audio files are not set to loop. I'm going to put them. Okay, let's play. So look now, I have here the snapshot, sad, okay, sad and happy. And at runtime, you can interpolate between those. You have an API on transition over time from this one to this one. So you can make a different snapshot super easy. Okay. Now what you can also do is, I can make another snapshot. Okay. Call it something, and now I can go to change this a bit. I'm going to say back happy. Okay, a little bit sad in there, but I want an audio effect on it. Look here. I can say here add And I can now say maybe an echo on there, and I can change that, the echo, delay. Okay, I'm not an audio guy. Okay, so you hear already, I can add another audio effect to it. Okay. See, like the high pass you hear now. Okay. I'm totally screwing it up. Okay. Okay. So you can see now I have my different snapshots. Okay. Super simple. You can also do proper ducking now. You can send them here. You can say like and ducking. A nice example is when you're going to use imaginary do shooting. You want that all the audio files duck. All the rest goes lower because you want to play the audio file. And it's really simple how you do it. Is you're going to click here on add, and you're going to say here send. When that audio file is played, send to this audio file maybe. Then I can say here add or receive. Here After Effects or send before, and you're going to say send or receive. And what are you going to do receive? You're going to do the ducking. So that way, when you shoot, you can reduce all the audio files. Okay. So that's a really quick overview. There's a lot more about audio. I can spend a few hours on it actually. Okay. Interesting? So let's go back to PowerPoint here. Okay. There's a lot of other features implemented in Unity 5. So we have a new plugin inspector. Who does multi-platform development here, like for the Windows, iPhone, Android, in one shot? So yeah, okay. So you're gonna probably deal with it. You probably bought some packages from Prime 31, and you want some DDLs uploaded when you build for your Windows phone or your iPhone. Okay. Well, you can automatically do that now. You can select your DDL and right-click on it and say you're uploaded when you build for that platform. Okay. Yes, we have a 64 editor. Now we can drag and drop massive objects and massive data in your editor. Okay. We also upgraded to physics, the NVIDIA Physics 3. It's much more performance. Test out in Unity 5. Test out the physics. Yeah, also metal support out of the box. Works like that. You don't have to do anything. But let's talk about the second mountain. If you make a game. Who here has already made a game and had difficulty to find players for a game? Only 2 people, the rest found all games. That's great. Okay. Okay, oh no, first I'm going to talk a little bit about our cloud build really quickly. I'm going to skip this a little bit more. I'm going to skip this in the show. Here we go directly to here, cloud build. Who has already used our cloud build? Only a few. Raise your hand who has never heard of Unity Cloud Build. Okay, then I explain it then. In Unity, when you press the build button, what do? You sleep a little bit. Okay, you agree? Okay. Now you're going to say you want to export your game to iOS, Android, and the Windows Phone. What do is you click build, then you switch the platform. Okay, then you wake up, you do your build, you sleep a little bit. And that continues that process. So you do maybe 2-3 builds a day if you want to do full multi-platform. Okay. What you actually do now, you can do is take your project and with SVN or PerSource or GitHub, upload it to the cloud. Okay, you store it in the cloud, you store it in the cloud. And then you have a dashboard, you can click build. So you don't have to click build in Unity. Automatically, each time it detects a change to Unity, you commit it to it, and push automatically makes a build for you and sends it to your device or sends you an email and it's done. Okay? So how does it work? Super simple. You commit, it builds it, and it sends for you to test it. You don't have to change anything. Who works with who here uses PerForce, GitHub, or SVN? Okay. Okay, great. So for your point, nothing changes. The only thing you have to do is copy paste the link in the dashboard, and that's automatically done. I'm going to show you here. So this is the dashboard, but instead of PowerPoint, I'm going to go here in the internet. I don't have it. It's not on. Okay, sorry. So I'm going to show them PowerPoint. Okay. So you go to your dashboard. It's a web page you go, And the only thing you have to do is start a new project and copy paste your GitHub or Perforce or SVN link in there, and you start to do your build. You click build and it automatically builds it. You can actually do the build from multi-mobile device too. It lists all the projects you have, but also you can add other people to it, to the project, all your friends, and automatically sends them an email, hey, download the game and play it. Okay. For iPhone, of course, you have to do the UTM, but for the Android, nothing, just put the name, the email in from your person, from your friend, automatically, and the team builds it. Gives you a log file, and that log file allows you to say who broke the project. Okay. Gives you some stats on how many builds you had that were positive. So you can add people here, the names to it. It's super simple. See, you add it to it. So how does it work? You fill in here your URL from your GitHub for SVN, and that's it. And you click build, and automatically sends you an email. Super simple. Normally when I have internet connected, I open the dashboard and I do a build of my project, and then it sends an email to my phone, open it, and I play it there. It comes with full support and a manual, because if you do for iOS, you have to create a P12 file. I never heard of a P12 file, and it nicely explains you step by step how to do it. There's a few, 4 or 5 steps, and that's it. Why should you use it? Because you can collaboratively work together, build it, and everybody gets an email. So you spend a lot less time on building. I think nobody wants. Who is a build engineer here? Okay. So we have one. Nobody wants to do it. Okay. Okay. So you want to skip it. So you don't have to do it. So it works with Unity Pro. Currently it's in beta. It's totally for free. If you're interested to be on the beta, just email me and I put you up on the beta so that you can test this all for free. But what I want to talk about is the second big mountain. Okay, and I know I don't have too much time, but when you make games, and that's why I'm going to talk about Unity, Every Play, and Cloud, it's about discovering games. Okay, so I want you to understand, how can you build a community? How can you find players? How can you engage your players to bring new players to your game? Okay, and how can you make money from advertising? The first thing you want to always do is connect with the community. If you have a few players you want to connect with it, you can use Facebook, Twitter, all social media to connect with them. Who uses social media to connect with their community? Okay. So that's where we want to help you to make that process finer, to make you help be successful making games. Okay. So the biggest challenge is, when you make a game, is finding players. But what I found really interesting is actually, if this is a wrong question, how can I find players? You really should ask the questions. How can I find, as a game developer? No, sorry. You don't ask the question, how can I find players? You actually ask the question, how can the players actually find a game? How do they find a game? If you understand that procedure, from a marketing and evangelism viewpoint, that is what you have to understand. How do they find your game? Okay. And what have we done? We went to 3,000 gamers and asked them, how do they find games? And this is interesting. Most of them found new games because they asked friends, or their friends were showing the games they were playing. Another thing was the App Store. And they go to the store and they see the games there who were featured. One of the core elements that people find games or start to play a game is when they see a movie of in-game play or a trailer of a game. And that's where they want to say, wow, I want to play this game. If we add the heavy players to it, heavy players are people who spend easily $10 a month on a game, easily spend 10 hours a week playing a game. Yeah, that's me. And I spend more than $10 a month. Together with my daughter, we spend a lot more. So, that's real interesting. What we see there is that when we look at the segmented players, the heavy players, a huge percentage finds it through video games. Because they see videos and they start to play a game because of that. And that's interesting. And that's why we created Every Play. Okay. Every Play allows you to play a game. People play your game, they press the record button or automatically records it, creates a movie file, and you can do facial recording and submit it to a network. And also share with that metadata. And I prefer to show it actually totally hands-on, if you don't mind. Oh, sorry. Okay. Just gonna go to my phone here. Okay. And I'm gonna, okay. My Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna plug it in here. Carl. And just, okay. And, okay. Okay, I hope the internet works here on my phone. Okay, it's not really working. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, normally I go to my Facebook and I show there's a recording of a game. Okay, and I click on that, and then automatically takes me to a page where I can buy the game or install the game. Okay, yeah, I have a lot of games, yeah, that's my problem. Okay, so then it takes me, yeah, it will not work. No, I do roaming even, so it's not really working, sorry. So I'm gonna show, well, the thing I can show is this. Okay, this is a game, Skyline Skater. I'm gonna play it. Okay. Okay. Okay, and click. And get that open. Woohoo! Yeah. And I'm gonna play the game here. Okay. And continue. And I'm gonna play. Come on, baby. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna not play good. I'm gonna make sure I lose super fast. So what happened? The game is starting to record already. Okay. And the police catches me. And I got caught. Okay. What's so cool here right away? It asks me. Okay, it shows me all the stats here. No, look here. It says this. If I share it, you can see I could share and I get extra points. What I can do is click share here. And now it should load. So it loads my movie file automatically from a recording of my game. And I can click share. And then I share it on my Facebook, on my Twitter, and on my Everyplay network. Okay? So people are going to see on Facebook you playing the game in a movie file. If I click on a movie file and see it, automatically I can go to the link to buy it. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have to do it here with PowerPoint explain more. Okay. So, you play the game, and so you go to, as a user, I go to Facebook, and I click here, wow, I see this game, and it plays it, a movie file, and I click and I can buy the game, it takes you to the store. We have also a dedicated page on all movie files, mobile and on the web, where people can go and see all movie files of gameplays. Okay, I'm gonna go back to that one because I want to show you hands-on how we do it. Okay. So you play the game, and you can click here, share. Then it adds metadata to it. And you can define the metadata, share it. Another example is Ice Race. What they did when the game starts up, it says watch replays, so you can see other people playing. You keep the people in the network of playing games. Okay. Share. So there's a lot of games already using it. Hungry Shark. Small companies like Angry Birds. Okay. It's an indie studio. Okay. Might have heard of that indie studio, okay? But look, think about this now. More than 800 games using Everyplay, recording already. But we have 18 million registered users who are watching those movie files, who go to that network, seeing people playing games. If you think about that, you make a game, you make the recording, possibility in Unity, and you automatically have access to that 18 million users. People, hey, you submit the movie file, people start to see your game, and that's where you build up your network. Then they share, they start to record those magical moments in the game and share them with their community to grow your network, to grow your revenue. Okay. At the moment we have 6 million replays there, but the real interesting, it's all for free. You don't have to pay anything for this service. Okay. So how you integrate in Unity? You're going to create an account. You're going to download the asset store package, and you're going to test it, and then you're going to use the API, start recording, stop recording, play last recording. I'm going to quickly show you in Unity how you actually do it. Okay. I'm going to go here to Unity. Okay. And you're going to go here. Okay. Scenes. I opened the wrong scene. This one. Okay. It's really simple. I have a little game here of my character running an endless runner. Okay. And I have to turn. Yeah, so it's endless running. Okay. But what I want to do, I want to share the moment I hit my high score. And just before I start to record it, and then automatically submit it from, haha, you broke that high score. So I went to the asset store, download the asset store package, and then it's super simple. I wanted to start the recording the moment I hit my high score. And that's the script you use. Okay. Super simple. Okay, I can show here. Okay. Come on. If I break my high score, start the recording. And it's very difficult, eh? No, I want to stop the recording when my character dies. Well, I have a little script here, Turner. Okay. And what I do is here, when my character dies, here, when the character dies, I'm going to stop the recording, and I can play it automatically back to share it, and I can add here metadata to it. I'm going to say, add the score to that file. Okay. Now, what can you do with that score? It's really simple. You can go to your dashboard. I'm not here, and this is the website. You go to here, you log in, and then you're going to say for that game, you can type the sentence you want with the file of score. So I said, I scored so much, can you beat me? So you really engage your customers to play a game, to beat it, and to really grow your community. So, now this is really interesting if you think about that, and that's why we're working on the roadmap. The heavy players who spend 10 hours a week playing, who spend $10 a month on games, are actually very social. They like to share everything. They like to show they play their game. Now, with every player, they record the movie file and share it on a network. But that's why you want to create the Everyplay network, the social aspect to it. Look, that sharing menu you saw was blue. Now we can change it in all the colors you want, so it really matches a game. But this is Everyplay now. Automatically, you're going to have a slide out. People can submit the movie files, but respond with movie files. You can play a game, and then, okay, you record it, and you say, okay, I don't know how to get over that level, I have a difficulty. Submit the movie file. Somebody can reply with a movie file. So you can have really a communication going on about the gameplay. Now, you as the monitor on that social network, you can remove things, you can change things around, and also the notifications, you can totally control that. But what's really interesting is now, while I'm playing a game, I can get a notification from another player. Hey, I broke your high score, see here the movie file. Okay. So it's about really growing a community. So who's interested to integrate Everyplay in their game now? Okay. It's awesome.